What's up, guys? Fruit Punch Saber here. We are back with some more Nukitashi. So I skipped all three back-to-back H scene of Hinami-chan. Right? Her we call her by her first name now. And doing one of those H scene, it does have like lore related. Basically they saw an assault of the Yakuza trying to human trafficking, and try to kidnap little girls. And one of the ways they do it is they hand out water, spike water, with a really powerful aphrodisiac. It's way stronger than the one Jun did in the FS exam, like way more potent. And then when Jun drank one by accident, he's it was uncontrollable lust that you wouldn't matter who they are as long as they have a hole. You just want to stick your dick in it, basically. That's how freaking crazy. No matter who they are. So that's how crazy that drug is. So he wanted to investigate on who's handing out the aphrodisiac. They know that the Yakuza... Well, I don't know if they know. They know a little bit that the Yakuza is brainwashing the show. But they want to know where the show get this aphrodisiac drug from. And show is closely related to the FS. So he thought about just telling straight up to the FS who is providing the drugs. So that's where we're at now with this scene. Excuse me.
Hi. あら、これは懐かしい方がいらっしゃいましたね。もしかして SS に戻ってくださるんですか?
Hinami and I are at the student council office together, but we're greeted with a smile by the student council president. She's the only one in the relatively open concept office. Thankfully, Ray isn't here. No, we're here to ask you something.
そうですか。釣れないですね。今戻ってきていただけるのなら班長クラスのポストを用意しますのに。
She doesn't look the least bit disheartened, keeping her usual otherworldly aura. It makes her frustratingly difficult to read. Ideally, we'd be able to bargain to extract some information from her, but I doubt that would work on her. I guess all I can do is ask her directly. Will you be able to tell me who supplied the experimental aphrodisiac the FS have been using lately?
美薬。ああ、先輩が入隊試験の時にお飲みになったものですね。
So, I guess I forgot to mention one thing too. The spiked water with the super intense aphrodisiac is to encourage, illegal sex. With, even though sex is legal, obviously, the age of consent. Yeah, it's the Yakuza strategy is to increase the harmful sex that's had been happening on this island. So that's why they're also investigating the aphrodisiac, the drug. Yes. Am I correct in assuming it's the same one that was used in the school water fountains?
ええ、おっしゃる通りです。
そのエッチなお薬、どこの人からもらったかってわかるかな？
もちろん把握していますが、規定書、部外者の方に資料を開示するわけにはいきません。
Based on the cool expression on her face, regulations aren't the only reason she won't tell me. Is there some way to extract the information from her? It's a bit strange for you to be here by yourself, huh?
ええ、九段の外部組織との戦闘と琴寄文乃の奪還とで今とても忙しくて。ですが、少し不思議なことがあるんですよ。
Out of the ordinary.
相手組織はこちらに文乃さんがいると思い込んでいるようなんです。おかしいですよね。あの日取り逃がして相手の手に落ちているはずなのに。これはどういうことなのでしょう。どう思われますか、先輩。
No idea. You probably know better than me. She just responds with a subtle smile.
本当に今はいろいろと大変なんです。裏切りの件もありますから。
Traitors? Mutiny? I respond immediately, almost involuntarily.
ええ、SHO の一部が洗脳されて敵についていると。どうしました？ご存知でしたよね？
Yeah, I heard a few things, but just by coincidence. Just how much does she know about me? We came here looking for information, but it feels like we're at the ones being probed instead.
お二人はどちらもレイと親しいんでしたね。先輩も大変興味深い方でしたが渡来さんもお会いした時から思っていたんですが、渡来さんには何かあるような気がするんです。ミメには現れない秘めたる何か。
失礼します。東花様、先ほど SHO の上層部より報告があり。
レイちゃん。
As soon as she sees us, she freezes in her tracks. Shortly afterwards, though, she turns back toward the president. She whispers something in the president's ear. I can't make it out.
ええ、わかったわ。申し訳ありません。少々席を外します。どうぞごゆっくり。
Her uniform flutter as she turns and gracefully strides out the office. With that, the only ones left in the room are Rei, Hinami, and myself. The situation is suddenly extremely tense. It feels like time has stopped.
裏切り者が今さら何の用だ。
Her tone is hostile and curt as she rummages through some documents. Her pressure is overwhelming, but I can't back down. Can you tell us who supplied the FS with aphrodisiac? The one used in the entrance examination, and water fountains, and...
断る。
She flatly refuses, without room for negotiation.
レイちゃん、とっても大事なことなんだ。教えてもらえないかな。
教える義理がない。
She ruthless, even with Hinami. Given what we did to her, it's not surprising. Hell, it's a shock she even given us this much attention. Still, we can't back down. This has concerned us for ages now. It's time we finally confront her directly over it. Remember when the FS put the aphrodisiac in the water fountains? She doesn't respond. She just writes something on the documents in her hands. Well, whatever. I'll just keep talking. That was my suggestion. And in fact, the anti-copulation front did end up somewhat caught up in it. At the time, it didn't seem like the plan would actually be enacted, so I didn't get the chance to warn my companions. So one of us did actually drink it. She doesn't flinch. Her expression doesn't even change. It was Hinami. That made her flinch. Just for a moment, her pen stops. I know you were aware of the drug effects. Hinami drank it, and when she was vulnerable, some random dude approached her. Her hands have frozen. Actually, no, just some movement. Her fingertips are trembling. He was about to rape her. I just happened to be there at the time to stop it. That made her stop for real. I knew it. There was something unusual about her behavior, something that made me uneasy all along. I know what this is. Rei, you're in the FS. Hell, you're the disciplinary committee chief. Given your position, why have you been protecting Hinami's virginity?
何の話だ、立花。
She sounds like she's desperately trying to keep her voice level. You got all the FS intelligence at your disposal. Plus, your Hinami is your old friend. You must have known. There's no way you were unaware that Hinami was a virgin. Not only that, but a non-procreator.
SS は常に仕事に忙殺されている。友人の状況まで把握する余裕などない。
But you had time to grill students on their way home about whether they're having sex or not? She glaring daggers at me. She's trying to intimidate me, but it just tells me that I hit the nail on the head. You look down the anti-copulator front with contempt, while still trying to protect just Hinami. At the same time, you indiscriminately approve the use of aphrodisiac on the students. Is that not a bit of an inconsistency?
当然だ。前提が間違っているからな。私はひなみの低層を守ろうとなどしてはいない。
Then why did you make her have sex during the entrance examination?
資質を見るのに適切な方法を取ったまでだ。
Then can you truthfully say right now that you'd be fine with any random dude off the street taking Hinami away and having sex with her?
できる。
There was a definite pause. She took a long time to
レ
respond.
イちゃん、そうだったの？ 私のこと守ろうとしてくれてたの？
She doesn't answer. She's not even looking Hinami in the eye.
媚薬の出所など聞いてどうする？
She's so low to answer, she returned to the discussion, just as planned. But now is the time to tell her the facts. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but the aphrodisiac is already a public circulation on the island. It's been lauded for allowing even children to have sex, if it's used on them. She just responds with a disdainful, uncaring look. If that's the case, then there's a real risk of your siblings could be exposed to danger. She's glowering at me yet again. I don't flinch. I just unwaveringly return her gaze. If those who supply the drug are connected to the illegal sex trade and help trigger the public order problem, then they need to be shut down.
その相手が極道だとしてもか。
Even then, the tension in the atmosphere is suffocating. I can't allow the illegal sex trade to run rampant on this island any longer. I can't allow any more innocent people to be
姉
sacrificed.
ちゃん。
Hinami raises her tablet, showing off the scroll strap attached to it.
それがどうした？
She's unmoved.
私とて多忙の身だ。いつまでもくだらない問答に付き合っている暇はない。出て行け。
She stacks up her documents before standing to usher us outside. Let's go, Hinami.
でも
It's fine. No matter what we say now, we won't get any more information from her. Excuse me, miss. As I bow my head and turn around, I catch sight of something written on our stack of papers. It's on the top sheet, and I burn the image into my mind. The words, the mutable membrane. That's probably the source of the drug. What would she be holding that we could see it? Because Ray-chan cared, dude.
かりそめの皮膜？島には詳しいつもりだけど聞いた時ないな。何のお店かな？
It's an adult good shop. It's kinda out of the middle of nowhere, so it makes sense that you wouldn't know it. Actually, thinking about it logically, it doesn't make sense to have a store out there. For one thing, it's not a place where anyone ever really goes. Well, it would make sense for an adult shop somewhere discreet on the main island. There's no reason to do that on Sandin Island, where people fuck freely in public. Hell, it would probably be a big box store here. Plus, whenever I've gone there, it's been pretty deserted. I'm pretty shocked I've been able to survive. Where is funding coming from? Where would it be so remote and serving a virtually non-existent market? If it's that far from civilization and a place where no one goes, the logical conclusion is that its owner would object to its existence being widely known. Do you think the immutable membrane also serves the illegal sex industry?
なくはないっていうか、かなりあるんじゃないかな。これ前に兄が風紀委員室でスキャンしたデータなんだけど。
There's a map displayed on the monitor. It's a map of incidents where the external organization is known to have been involved.
山の方、かりそめの皮膜の周辺、他と比べて件数がやたら多いでしょ。
Thinking of what all those little X marks mean makes my stomach turn. You fought the Yakuza quite often. What was it actually like?
はい。かの方たちとは山の手での戦闘が多かったと記憶しております。
The adult shop is smelling more foul by the minute. I wet my throat with Fumino hot roasted barley tea as I formulate a plan. If that place is as much of a crime hotbed as it looks like, then it's likely at least one of the main Yakuza hives on the island. Based on their number when we engaged them over Fumino, there's obviously a lot of them. How should we approach this? What is it?
トリじゃないですけど。
What was that?
次なる戦いの際は私も追行させていただけないかと。
I appreciate the offer, but we got other plans for you. Sorry. I'm sure it's frustrating it just be watching the base all the time.
いえ、そのようなことは留守を守るのも立派な務めでございますから。
わたちゃんの真似すればノリでいけるかと思ったんですけど。
What the hell are you making her do?
だって皆さん私のことハブるんですもん。ふみのちゃんだけですよ、私の味方は。むべむべ。
Don't get her wrapped up in your bullshit. I sigh and resume my brainstorming. Let's assume for now that the mutable membrane is the home base of either the Yakuza, the illegal sex trade, or possibly both. Even if we have some idea of where they're based, that still doesn't solve the problem of what to do about them. If they hold up underground, then that's an enclosed area. We could blind them with all the smoke grenades, then use the goggles. Excuse me. No, we only got one pair. Hinami would never allow me to go alone. I think back on the assault on the hill to rescue Fumino. We were about to hold them off without much difficulty that day. How were we able to do that so easily? I never actually thought about the strategy we used then.
くたばれ
That's right. I had an unstoppable ally back then.
それじゃまた明日ね、じゅんくん。
Yeah, see you. Having escorted Hinami safely home, I turn around to leave. I need to formulate a combat strategy.
やっぱり待って。
Hmm? What is it?
ちょっとこっち来て、しゃがんで。
Like this? I'm sure she's gonna pat my head as usual. That wasn't what I was expecting. Hinami's sweet face is very close, and its sweet, gentle fragrance tickles my nose. It's so unexpected that my brain freezes up. I just sit there, completely dumbfounded. My heart is quietly racing. Her face is blushing redder than the setting sun, and my lips feel hot enough to melt steel beams.
バイバイのチューだぞ。またね、じゅんくん。
She bashfully waves to me and happily rushes indoors. Just a hypothetical here. Consider, for a moment, some random dude show up out of nowhere and ask me, "Do you believe in angels?" If I was skipping a beat, I would say, "I just kissed one." All alone, I walk along the path home. My heart is still pounding, but I can't do anything about that. I need to think. The illegal sex trade even puts Hinami at risk. That make it all the more important to come up with a plan to bring it down. The outback road I know so well echoes with the sound moans of pleasure. I gotta do something about the perverted sex talk too, don't I? I hear a car approaching from behind and get out of the middle of the road, bracing for myself.
やあ少年
The car pulls up beside me, and I see a familiar, unwelcome face through the window. Prefectural Governor. He surprised me.
よく言う君は驚いた時にそんな仏頂面をするのか
Sorry, I've been living here too long. Whenever something unexpected happens, it's rarely a good thing.
なるほど忠須川の教え
You hit the nail on the head, but I keep a poker face. In all likelihood, he's still looking for Fumino. No matter what, can't let him know we're holding her. What are you doing here?
か時間が空いたから少しドライブをな自分が変えた島の様子を見て回るのは悪くない突然拉致されるかもしれないとスリルもあるしな
Quite the hobby you got. I don't know how seriously to take him. He's as unreadable as ever.
海のは達者か
What are you talking about?
なるほど本当に驚いた時はそんな顔をするのだ少年
How much does he know? I doubt Ray would have told him what happened that day.
あの日 SS は文野を確保できなかったしかしどういうわけか外部組織の連中は我々の手元に文野がいると思い込んでいるさらにもう一つどういうわけかあの日一人の訓練生が SS を抜けている正式採用直前だったにもかかわらず状況が文野の所在を語っているとは思わないか
I can't argue with his reasoning.
少年君と少し話がしたいんだがどうだ
The passenger door suddenly opens. His tone is cordial enough, but concerning what he said about Fumino, I might as well have a gun to my head. I get in, and he drives me to his residence in the hills. You think Fumino was living at his house this entire time? Feels like it, right? The house is old, but just briefly walking through it, I can tell it must have cost a fortune. The corridor has massive rooms opening off from it left and right. There's even a gym. Is this alone?
ああ、剣術をたしなんでいてな。
I wonder if the sword hung up there are fake. They look absolutely priceless, but there are certain unusual ore coming from them that I can notice from here, so I can't say for sure. So, what do you want to talk about? He takes me to the innermost room and has me sit across from him. If you want me to hand over Fumino, then we're done here. I can't do that.
そうせくな。文野のことで呼びつけたわけじゃない。
Then what?
種々の問題で青蘭島の信用が揺らいでいるのは事実。今はそちらの対策に人材を割くべき時だ。
You say that, but aren't you ignoring the biggest one? You aren't exactly being proactive in dealing the illegal sex trade.
物事には順序というものがある。今奴らを叩き潰してことが明るみに出れば、なおのこと島が問題視されるだろう。先んじて前後策を講じておかねばならない。
Even means allowing it to go unchecked longer?
目先の現実だけにとらわれてことを起こせば、結果的に青蘭島が言われなき批判にさらされることになる。そうなった時の被害者数は裏風俗の比じゃないだろう。
He's as thoroughly pragmatic as ever. I'm starting to doubt whether he has any human emotions whatsoever. Still, though, that pragmatic approach has his inherent logic, which pisses me off.
文野を手中に収め、私にそのような目を向ける。君はこの条例を変えようと、そう思っているわけだ。
Yeah. There's no point in trying to hide it at this point.
そうか。ならばなぜ行使しない？
Wait, hide what? What he said? Oh, you meant that. Yeah, Fumino. What are you talking about?
秩序なき性を拒絶しているようだが、君がそれを使えば島の女を屈服させることなどたやすいことだろう。
How does he know about his big dick? What the hell? The other object. Okay.
君のことは調べさせてもらった。おなぶたに正す側、SS が誇るトップ3のうち2人をすでにその力で打ち負かしたそうじゃないか。
He even knows that?
島を変えたいと。ドスケベ条例を破壊したいと思うのならば、なぜその力を使わない？
I'm not like you. I won't do whatever it takes in order to achieve my objectives.
だが SS を利用し裏切った。前にも言ったな。成功とは悪を犯して勝ち得、悪を重ねて守るものだ。少年、君は SS を裏切り、悪を犯すことで文野を勝ち得た。それを守り抜きたいのであれば、悪を重ねるより他に道はない。
Yes, I am familiar with your views. I don't see why you need to impose them on everyone else.
かもしれないな。だが、条例を潰そうという君の行いが悪ではないと、そういうことができるのか？君はいつも見ているだろう。聞いているだろう。快楽にあえぐ人々の声を。彼らからそれを奪うことが果たして正しいと言えるのか？
What he's saying is totally correct. I find myself feeling somewhat shaken by it. However, what I object to do is what has gone unsaid. Sure, but that's just looking at the surface. They're ignoring all the people who are suffering just below that. You think they're just a necessary sacrifice? However, I've seen those people. I've seen how they're persecuted. That kind girl who reached out to me when I was bullied and supported me. The woman who acknowledged me, even though she was a victim of marginalization. Even now, after I returned to the island, The senpai I befriended, used, and betrayed for the sake of my own goals. Hell, even when I said I didn't want anyone else to be hurt and attempted to take it all on myself, the girl who shed tears for me once more and said she'd be there for me no matter what. I'll never let them be forsaken again.
そうか。惜しいな。それだけの力を持ちながら。
Governor, if you're going to turn a blind eye to the Yakuza operation in the name of island security, then I take it upon myself to crush them.
ほう。仲間を切り捨てないと言いながら、あの戦力で戦いを挑もうと。あまりにも無謀じゃないか。
Wow, he's even know our current combat he even knows our combat compatibilities. Forgive me if I'm not surprised.
だが、そうだな。もしも君が望むというのなら、SS の一部を戦力として貸してやってもいい。
What? What for?
言っただろう。君の力は捨てておくには実に惜しい。君は金や脅しに屈するタイプではない。が、情には熱いようだ。
Dude, why is everyone after Jun Dick, man? Yeah, I know it's big as fuck, but damn. Even the governor want his dick. For different reasons. But, you know, he still want it.
だからこそ、ここで貸しを作っておく。悪人らしいやり方だろう。
The man who created the perverted sex law puts on a dauntless smile. Why is this man, who possesses money and authority, so obsessed with a simple student like me? Why do those cold, analytical eyes see in me?
いい表情だ。故にこそ、君には彼女をお供にやろう。
The villain snapped his fingers. A pair of sliding doors opened, revealing someone lying in wait. And who would it be but... I mean, it's kind of obvious. There's only one girl with brunette hair in this game. Well, okay, no, there's two. There's Asane too, but, you know, braided brunette. It's as hot as ever today on Setten Island. I think I heard on the news that we're past the middle of summer now, so it should start getting cooler. Although it also said that today would be the hottest day of the year. Didn't they also say that yesterday? I probably won't start cooling down anytime soon.
汗でペタペタしちゃうよ。
I hold my collar and fan it, cooling down slightly. The heat makes me a bit envious of people on the mainland. Oh, I guess by the way, the point of view that we're doing, we're in Wata point of view right now. Apparently, the mainland, it gets cool enough that people wear those big, thick coats. Since Setten Island is hot all year round, we don't get to wear coats like that, but winter days in manga always look so cute and romantic. Plus, a big coat like that might make my boobs look bigger. Well, whatever. For all the little quabbles I may have, I still love this island. I get the bright blue sea, the beautiful green hills, and most importantly, the person I love lives here. However, something terrible is happening on the island. Little girls like Yuki are being assaulted on the fringes of society.
ダメだよね、そんなの。
Almost getting forced into sex is terrifying. But then Jun came to my rescue, which was truly reassuring. I want to be that person this time. I want to protect everyone else. That being said, that's probably not much I can do. Our enemy is really scary too. But Jun said he wanted my help. I want to do my best for him.
口開けろ。
He must be a Yakuza. He forced my mouth open and poured some water down my throat. I swallow. I try to suppress my shock and to get my body under control, but I'm hyperventilating and I can feel myself heating up. This water, I know exactly what it is. Only one thing to do. I bite down hard on my back teeth. I'm unsteady on my feet, so he picks me up and carries me like it's nothing. My mind is racing, thinking about how this is how the little girls are being abducted. But there's no point wondering about that now. The Yakuza force them to drink that water, so they become dizzy, and all they can think about is sex. I can't resist at all. He carries me into the mutable membrane, the store Jun mentioned. Inside, he approached a hidden staircase and brings me down to a dimly lit basement.
おう、また捕まえてきたか。へえ、こいつは上玉だな。
So, this must be the place. It's like a dungeon. It's filled with scary men and little kids. The kids all look dazed, so they must have made them drink the same stuff I
し
did.
かし、いいんですかい？こんな派手にやってちゃ、いくらこの島でも。
こんなしのぎ、失ったところで大した痛手にもならねえよ。明るみに出りゃ深手を負うのはこの島。そっちの方が俺たちにも好都合だ。だが、今稼げる分は稼いどかないとな。
He glares at me with snake-like eyes. What's going to happen to me?
水上ホテルに官僚の小塚じじいがいたろう。初物に目がない調教好きでペードの変態。だが金払いはいい。ふっかけてこい。
There was over a dozen men. They all glanced at me once, but otherwise seemed uninterested. I slowly extend my hand to my crotch.
ああ、オナニー始めちまうぞ。ガキがこんな淫乱になるなんてな。ほんとすげえな、この美薬。
I put my hand under my skirt and then slip inside my panties. My fingertips touch something soft.
まぶしい。
Oh, I hear a gunshot and scream. I slowly open my eyes. Hinami, well done!
目の前の敵に集中しろ。一匹も取り逃すな。
Dang, her two favorite people in the whole wide world. And dude, Ray! That's my two favorite people in the whole, well, in this game, I guess. The people who suddenly burst into the dim basement are the two people I love the most.
だったらまた私がおとりになるよ。
While we were debating how to shut down the illegal sex trade and deal with the Yakuza, Hinami enthusiastically thrusts her hand into the air. Hinami, this will be a really dangerous though. Not only do we need you to lure them out, you're going to be right into their lair.
でもどうやって誘拐するかっていう手口は分かってるんだよね。
Yeah, looks like they make them drink some spiked water, which incapacitates them so they be carried off.
それでさっき言ったお薬があればあの水を飲んでもエッチにならなくて済むんだよね。
Yeah, the antidote. Just keep it hidden in the back teeth. And once you drink the water, you can just bite down on it to neutralize the effect. It's as proving as anything. The FSN show had info of the Yakuza mythology for kidnapping children, as well as the existence of the antidote. The governor Hitsuyoda passed it on to us. The original purpose is to delay a woman's period, but it has the side effect of suppressing libido. Apparently, it can be made strong enough to even neutralize the aphrodisiac. Even though Governor Hitsuyoda lent us the FS finest as assistance, though going right into the enemy layer is still extremely risky. If Hinami could infiltrate the hideout and create an opening for us from the inside, that would give us a significant first strike advantage.
でもそんなのワタちゃんが危ないよ。途中で何があるか分かんないし。怖くないって言ったら嘘になるけど、でも大丈夫だよ。だってジュンくんが守ってくれるもん。
We made a promise to protect each other. We always work together. The idea of Hinami taking all this risk frankly terrifies me. Still, I'll do what I've always done and take all measures possible to reduce the risk. I promise I'll keep you safe. Can you do this?
二人が守ってくれるなら私何にも怖くないよ。
Then, as soon as we hear the flashbang, we storm the dungeon. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 down.
次
The FS backup the Governor Hitsuyoda lent us, Ore, has already taken down 5. Make that 6. Even with the goggles, that's more than I can ever do. She's amazing. Still, with the opening that the flashbang gave us, I'm sure we
な
can.
んだこのクソガキどもはよ。
Ray! Phew, watch your back. The guy behind me takes a hit and tops over.
貴様もな。
Right. We take each other. Hold on. We each take out one behind the other. Suddenly, just fewer than 10 of them left. The surprise attack has gone exactly as planned. We just need to keep this momentum. Nanase, Itori, get the kids out of here!
了解です。
I hold up the remaining Yakuza to give my companions time.
てめえらこのガキの命が落ちきりゃ
He takes 2 gunshots directly to the forehead. I think Ray hit slightly before mine.
残りは私がやる。お前はひなみを。
Okay. I immediately take off, ignoring the gun trained on me. Ray said to leave it to her, so I have nothing to worry about. As the gunfire and screams resound behind me, I make a beeline for Hinami.
調子に乗るなよ。
What?
ぜ
Hinami picks up a nearby chair, hitting the chair, and swings it at him. He forced to dodge, losing his balance. You're a lifesaver.
守るって決めたから。
I love that her weapon's a steel chair, dude. A folding steel chair? That's awesome.
なんだ、たかだかパイプ椅子かよ。食らっちまってもよかったな。
Freeze! I point my gun at him, but he doesn't even flinch. Damn, dude, the Yakuza boss. I will admit he's kind of badass, even though he's a scumbag. He didn't flinch having a gun pointing at him. That's really badass. He's clearly unlike the others. Are you the boss of these thugs?
だとしたら
I'm the one pointing a gun at him. So why do I feel so intimidated? No, stay calm and focus. He got no escape.
この状況は覆らない。そう思ってるな。図星を疲れてだんまりか。だがあるんだよな、それが。その銃を使うんなら SHO の一部が俺たちについてるってことくらい知ってんだろ。あれは俺がやってんだよ。俺は心理学が得意でな。信じられないかもしれないが、人を操ることができるんだ。
Well, so fucking what?
わからないか？こういうことだよ。やれ、レイ！
What? I realized too late that was a bluff, but that was a fatal mistake. Damn, dude, he got his ass. He made him look away, took his
バ
gun.
カがかかった！
God damn it, Jun! You fucking idiot! Oh, how did you lose your gun to this fucking asshole? Dude, he looked away for 1 second. A folding chair suddenly thrusts between us, intercepting and deflecting the lead bullet. The impact knocks Hinami into her butt, while the chair goes off flying off. It soars to the air before smashing into another armed man, taking him down. The impact makes an accident and fires his gun. The accidental shot lands a direct hit on the gun in his boss hand. It's a fucking miracle. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like the chair had a will on its own and decided to protect us.
何やってんだてめえ！誰に向かって撃って！
Dude, alright, just to recap the situation. Somehow, Hinami protected Jun from the gunshots. The chair flew out of her hand, hits another Yakuza arm, causing him to pull the trigger of the gun, causing it to shoot the bullets on the Yakuza boss' hand to make him drop the gun. And that just happens. Damn, got him. Checkmate. Ray holds her handgun to his temple. I look around and see the rest of the Yakuza scattered around, unconscious. She did that all alone. Incredible.
手島というのは貴様のことだな。手を挙げろ。聞きたいことが山ほどある。
She pushes her gun against his temple and he suddenly cowers down.
悪かった。話す。何でも話すから撃たないでくれ。
He slowly raises his hand.
なんてな。
Ray-chan. So slow. His hands come up and he goes for a jaw for a palm strike. With the way her hands are busy holding her gun, there's no way she can deflect it.
火山心眼流か。残念だったな。私はその動きを知っている。
Where she shot him at. He suddenly takes a shot to his right leg.
抵抗してくれたこと感謝する。おかげで貴様を撃つ口実が得られた。
Another shot, this time point blank at his left leg. He's now completely
こっ
immobilized.
ちを見ろ。
She kicks him in the flank hard enough to break his ribs, and he crumbles forward. She clearly doesn't give a shit. She grabs plastic bottle from the many lined up in the corner of the basement and a sniper rifle used when infiltrating the place and returns.
これから貴様に質問をする。
She cuts the bottle open with her combat knife and splashes the aphrodisiac in his face. After that, she does the same with a second, then a third. She keeps going until he's thoroughly soaked with it. The drug compels people to lust forcefully against their will. That leads him to have a hard swelling on his crotch.
そんなに刺激が欲しいか。ならばくれてやろう。
She picks up the sniper rifle and points the muzzle directly at the bulge in his pants. I gulp.
SS にも SHO にもボート鎮圧用の銃は多数ある。
Dude, that's gonna kill him.
この距離で撃つのなら、これより威力の高いものはない。
Damn, dude. Dick shot with a sniper rifle. You're freaking dead. Her tone is cold and indifferent, but thoroughly steeped in hatred and malice.
不能になりたくなければ答えろ。貴様らの目的は。
金稼ぎだ。それ以外にあると思ってんのか。
わきまえろ。質問をしているのは私だ。
Without warning and without mercy, she fires at his crotch with a no emotion showing on her face.
意識があるのか。どういう鍛え方をしているのかは知らないが、まだ撃っていいということだな。
Remember the Misaki route? His dick is basically like made of steel. So he has a huge, is it endurance or whatever? He could take a shot, but how many shots can he take?
媚薬を SS に送ってきたのはどういうつもりだ。なぜあれをばらまいた。
薬効を確かめるためだ。媚薬の人体実験なんてこの島でしかできねえからな。あれさえ完成しちまえば俺が全てを支配できる。
無駄口を叩かなければ生きていけないのか。いっそここで私が殺してやろうか。
She doesn't look like she's joking. The intense hostility she's projecting makes it impossible for him to interject. I can feel high levels of barely contained murderous intent emanating from her. She probably really wants to kill him.
どんな気分だ。今まで恐怖を与えてきた自分が恐怖に震えるというのは。よく味わっておけ。これが貴様のやってきたことだ。罪のない子供を捕まえて恐怖させるのは楽しかったか。恐怖する顔を見るのはいい気分だったか。私は今最高に楽しいよ。なんせ貴様のような本物のクズ野郎にこの手で制裁を下すことができるんだからな。くたばれこのゲスが。
Teshima doesn't say anything more. He just passes out. His eyes roll back in their sockets. Without a word, she lowers the rifle. The ghastly spectacle I just witnessed leaves me speechless. Nukitashi.
あ、
Dang, man, I love
こ
Ray.
ちらは決着がついた。詳細の調査は私たちの管轄ではない。そ
Man!
れより4番隊をよこしてくれ。
I hope what I read in Reddit is not true. They say that their favorite character is also Ray, but they were extremely disappointed in the Ray-chan route in Nukitashi too. That's not, maybe that's just his opinion. I really hope that's not the case, and that's just an opinion. I really like Ray too, man. That's my favorite girl in this whole game. I really like her. I started the Nanase route. I kind of like Nanase a little bit more in Toka. But, I don't know, man. Ray will always be Ray. She's my girl. We bring the children outside and bind the unconscious Yakuza. Since Satori lives nearby, I had her and Nanase take the children back there for now.
ひとまず一見 かな。
Well, I guess. I must say, it's not a particularly satisfying ending. I don't exactly feel happy, or even just better about the situation. No matter what, we can't reverse what those kids went through. I won't be able to sleep easily thinking about it.
でもこれでもうみんなが怖い目に遭うことはなくなるんだよね。
I guess. I should just focus on all the children who won't be victimized in the future because of what we did here.
めでてえやつらだな。
I like that it says Teshima, even though he never gave out his name. We just know him because we did the Misaki route, I guess.
貴様まだ意識が。
What are you talking about?
わからねえか。てめえらのやったことは所詮組織の支部を一つ潰しただけってことだよ。こんなふざけた島、本当の母体が生きてる限り今後も狙われ続けるだろうよ。ちょっとの間は平和になるかもしれねえがな。
Damn, the Yakuza is fucking ruthless, dude. Fuck you! As much as it sickens me, he's probably right. The illegal sex trade had been rooted on this island for a long time. If it were this easy to deal with, that would have happened a long time ago. The fact that it still existed until today means his words are true. It's not just spite talking.
どうにかしたいんならこんな偏僻な支部じゃなくて本体を潰すこったな。まあ到底不可能だろうがな。
可能だな。
I hear a voice from above and look up. A helicopter. I like that she said helicopter. Heliga! A helicopter is hovering overhead. The door is open, with a rope hanging down and a familiar man standing inside. Hey, they showed this in the Nukitashi anime opening. He slides down the rope and lands before Teshima.
てめえ人浦。
私のことを知っているのか。それは光栄だな。
ってなめてんじゃねえぞ。俺たちを潰すだとできっこねえだろうが。
Governor Hitsuyoda doesn't as much as bat an eye as Teshima howls his lungs out.
いろいろと裏取りに時間はかかったが、それだけの会話があった。今回の一件、報道規制は行わない。事の顛末をすべて白日のもとにさらす。貴様らの顧客情報もすべてだ。
なんだと行かれたか。やってみろよ。島の評判は地に落ちる。犯罪の温床だってな。てめえが作った足場だって崩壊するぜ。
構うものか。貴様らのような害虫を駆除できるのなら、その程度のこと通用にも感じない。
Teshima, unable to respond to such a resolute declaration. The illegal sex trade will collapse. For good this time. I almost can't believe it. Even seeing it happen before my eyes. Didn't this ultimate pragmatist say that exposing the illegal sex trade would put the island at risk? I never imagined he'd do this. What's his angle?
よかったね、ジュンくん。これでもう今度こそ本当にこんな悪いことはなくなるんだね。
Yeah, you're right.
レイちゃんもありがとね。少し怖かったけど、ジュンくんとレイちゃんと一緒だって思ったら全然へっちゃらだったよ。
上からの命令でたまたま目的が一致しただけだ。
うん。そうだとしてもありがとう。
She doesn't respond to Hinami. Instead, she shoots me a piercing gaze.
立花、貴様は本当に自分の目的のためなら手段を選ばないんだな。ひなみをおとりにして危険な目に遭わせて、貴様の言う仲間とは目的を達成するための駒に過ぎないのか？
That's not...
そんなことないよ。私だってジュンくんと同じで裏風俗なんて許せないから、ジュンくんばっかり危ないことさせたくないから、だから自分からおとりになったんだよ。ジュンくんは誰よりも仲間思いなんだよ。レイちゃんのことだってずっと
悪いが私も多忙の身だ。たわごとに付き合っている暇はない。次に会う時は再び敵同士だ。 私は絶対に貴様らを許さない。覚悟しておいてもらおう。
Dang. I like that she cut off their conversation when she heard that he still cares about Ray. That Jun still cares about her. So she intentionally leaves the conversation. I wonder what would happen if she stayed. I guess we'll never know. With that, the discussion is over. She turns to leave. Even after fighting together again, it looks like that deep rift between us won't be closing anytime soon. We should get going too. The others are still waiting.
そうだね。
Reluctantly, we turn to leave as well. Even though we managed to achieve one of our main objectives, the victory feels bittersweet, to say the least.
ひなみ、もう私が守る必要もなくなってしまったんだな。
Dang, Ray-chan. Massive prostitution ring uncovered puts Ilya Spitzer scandal to shame. Dark side of Sandin Island brought to light. Notorious sex island finally crosses the line. Flickering through my online news aggregator on my tablet, I let out a fittingly disgusted sigh. Respectable local and national newspaper, clickbait blogs, and social medias all have been on fire with Silent Island related stories since yesterday. Even the island main social media site, Fuckbook, is now choked with posts containing rumors and speculations.
北浦さん、裏風俗のことちゃんと隠さず言ってくれたんだね。
Yeah, apparently. He really exposed everything. He wasn't just trying to intimidate Teshima. He went all out. And so, there's currently a firestorm in Commerce Island debating over the exact level of corruption on the island. Isn't that island like a Yakuza paradise? Gotta be no shortage of illegal shit happening there. Wake up, sheeple! They knew this was happening all along! They just let it slide! Guys, this surely has to be just the tip of the iceberg. LMFAO, this is totally some gonzo marketing shit. Look at all these self-proclaimed experts with keyboards who feel like they have to have an opinion about this. Makes me want to fucking puke. So, why would he take the sunlight as is the best disinfect approach?
何か変なことかな？
I wouldn't quite say strange, but doing that just going to bring the heat down on Sandin Island. The mainlanders already view this place as some kind of problem child at best. You give them this much red meat on the silver platter, and just going to be putting the perception of this place in the negatives.
いや、そうでもないっぽいよ。全国区の番組とかでも、青蘭島のことはそこまで取り上げられてないみたいだし。
Really? Why not? Asa showed me a headline on her tablet. Arrest made on connection with prostitution ring. Wait, the suspects are members of the National Diet?
うん。今回の一件でそういうのがどんどん出てきてるみたい。最初は青蘭島批判みたいな番組ばっかりだったけど、今はどこもスキャンダルだね。
I see. Regarding further, I see that numerous politicians are being suspected of having linked to prostitution on Sandin Island. That definitely sounds like scandal material. Though it's not like the media is tired of talking about Sandin Island now, it's more that the initial story had its time in the news cycle, and the newest headline tend to displace older ones in the zeitgeist. Just like that, no one cares about Sandin Island anymore. You're just going on about the illegal sex trade and this massive national scandal.
ヤクザの人たちのこともいっぱいニュースになってるね。
It's the main force of the Yakuza Teshima talked about. It's not even about the Sandin prostitutional scandal. Apparently, they've been connected with some past unresolved event incidents. That's not even all there is. Apparently, they found some connection between some big shot politician on his way out of the office and crime syndicates. And the people are talking a bunch about that too. More importantly, more and more sensationalist headlines are drawing the general public attention, making them forget about Silent Island's involvement. Was this his game all along? I remember him talking about ensuring the safety of the island before crushing the illegal sex trade. I don't know how he pulled this off, but I'm guessing he knew that this would happen beforehand, laying the groundwork to get the public riled up.
県知事の評判だけど、むしろ前より上がってるみたいだよ。ヤクザ検挙のきっかけを作って腐敗した政治家の現実を暴き出したとかで。
Looks like this all played out exactly as he's planned. It's like he had us dancing in the palm of his hand. Still, he did manage to fully eradicate the illegal sex trade. Now, there shouldn't be any more victims going forward.
そうだね。これであとは条例のことだけかな。
Yeah. The illegal sex trade kept our hands full for a while, but now we can refocus on our original objective. Crushing the perverted sex law is why the NONS was formed in the first place. But how do we do that? We already decided not to hand Fumino over, and after all this, Governor Hitsuyoda has only become more beloved. Not only that, but consider for a moment that we happen if we were able to have the law abolished. After that, what would happen to all the people who depends on FS scholarship
姉
funds?
ちゃん、今どうしてるんだろうね。
It's like she saw right through me. She's the one who needs to deal with the cleanup and the aftermath from the illegal sex trade. She's probably drowning in the paperwork.
そうだね。レイちゃんのことだからきっとすごく頑張ってるよね。ちゃんと誰かに褒めてもらえてるかな。
I don't know about that. He falls silent for a while. He named me to look at the squirrel strap. I could see a mixture of nostalgia and sadness in her
ど
eyes.
うして裏風俗のこととか反交尾勢力のこととかあんな風に目の敵にするのかな。
It's easy to say that it's because of the disciplinary committee chief, but that doesn't quite feel right.
どうして私のことずっと守ってくれてたのかな。
I don't know. Her words and action don't match up. Did you know her before she moved here?
聞いた時はあるけどあんまり話したくないみたいだから。
I see. Maybe that has something to do with the reason. I've been thinking it's odd for a long time. Even when she learned I wasn't impotent, she showed me compassion and sympathy. She didn't start questioning why I wasn't having sex. I thought she moved here when she was little and got used to it after becoming sexually matured, but maybe I was wrong. What is it she's fighting for? What are her real values? Damn it, now I'm really curious. Why don't we go ask?
聞くってレイちゃんに？
No, she probably won't tell us anything. I think I know someone who might though. I remember the party after we rescued Governor Hitsuyoda from the show.
レイは昔から何かと寂しい思いをしてきているんです。だから先輩が助けてあげてください。
She must know something about Ray
だから
Pass.
先輩、どうかレイのそばにいてあげてくださいね。
I guess I failed at that, didn't I?
あら先輩、珍しいですね。こんなところまで訪ねてくるなんて。
Oh, my bad.
あら先輩、珍しいですね。こんなところまで訪ねてくるなんて。もしかしてエッチのお誘いですか？
We can do that later, Toka. Maybe in another round. Not in front of Wata-chan. Maybe some other time. But yeah, that's a good stopping point. Because after this, we're going to enter the final arc. Rescue Ray-chan. That's going to be the final arc. So yeah. Man, all this setup, Ray. They fought the Yakuza. That felt pretty anticlimactic for a little bit. They even say it themselves, but they built up the Yakuza in the story and it went by really quick. When they like engaged them, battle, and that's it. Done. Easy. Clap. They got clapped. So that was a little anticlimactic, but they kind of made it up, honestly, with this arc. Rescue Ray-chan arc. The Ray-chan arc was really satisfying. I liked it a lot. Except for the ending. But besides that, I'm pretty satisfied overall with the route. Anyway, GG's. Good stopping point. Next highlight video will be this final arc of Wata-chan, which is rescuing Ray-chan. I hope you guys enjoyed the Yakuza arc, Jun X-Ray versus the Yakuza. No, Jun X Wata X-Ray versus the Yakuza. So I appreciate everyone that stopped by. It's been cool. I'm gonna head out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Later. Bye.